What are we doing today?
Car's been sitting for way too long, so ready to just right now putting the steering wheel on. I'm gonna start trying to get inside the car, pretty much clear it out. Everything that's in here needs to go on the car, get it closer to being able to race this year. So I'm gonna mount the steering wheel. Got a Sparco wheel here. Got a steering wheel hub so I can put it in, and bought some miscellaneous bolts, different lengths. I'm gonna try a 16 millimeter length. See if that goes in.
Is there a reason that you go with an aftermarket steering wheel?
Um, Really, the stock steering wheel has the airbag, and by the time you take out the airbag, it just looks so ugly because you have a big hole in the middle of the steering wheel.
Okay. So
So,
aesthetics still matter, even though function is more important, aesthetics are still in mind.
yeah, to be honest, this steering wheel is lighter than the stock steering wheel. Stock, I did weigh them. I don't remember the exact weights, but it is going to give me a little bit more room as well too. Plus, I'm going to eventually put a quick release hub, which will make it easier for getting in and out of the car.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just one step closer to getting the car finished. Small as it is, but ultimately, if I can get a little bit done on the car every day, we'll get to that point where hopefully we can be racing this car. I don't know, maybe by October. I wanted to run World Cup this year, but I mean, I guess it's kind of going to be unrealistic at this point because we got to get some times on the car. We got to get a lot of things dialed in.
Yeah, you don't even know what you're dealing with yet.
Exactly. You know, everything is new. Everything is going to be learned at the moment.
Is this like one of the first ILX J swaps?
Yeah, this is pretty much the only one that I know of. We built the motor mounts here. Um, there wasn't nothing really that existed or anything like that. Hasport did help us out a little bit. When I reached out to them, he sent me some brackets and a couple of motor mounts, which he said he was going to make ILX stuff in the future. So they were actually pretty close. So we just kind of took those, modified them, and just made them work for us. So, yeah. Looks pretty good. Got the Haltech display back here. Switch panels already in. Got a trim module put on there. I mean, it's coming together pretty nice. I still got to make some brackets. I got to make a bracket for the Haltech itself to mount that on the firewall.
Notice the cage in there.
Yeah, the cage is got to go to get certified, but it's pretty much all in, ready to go. I got to get the glass taken out so we can actually paint the front of the cage, so you're not missing all that paint on there. I got the curtain racing. I do have a red cover for it, but I'm not going to put that on until the car is all done and ready to go. I just don't want to get it dirty or anything like that. But yeah, it's going to look nice. I really look forward to it.
Are you gonna wrap it?
Yeah, so we got a whole wrap theme. We already actually finished that. That's done. Just have to get it printed, and JP will come install it for us once I get it printed. But that's gonna be at the very end, after everything is done. Still a lot of fabrication that needs to be done. As you can see, to cut the hood for the exhaust. So obviously, wouldn't want to have the wrap or anything like that on there yet. There's still some other fabrication that needs to be done. I got to finish mounting the front end. The gas tank is done now, the fuel tank. This is finished now. We just got to finish the cage around it so that it's well protected, and run the fuel lines. And then this bumper can go on final and be ready to go. Radiator support is pretty much in. Built that out of chromoly steel tubing. We're test fitting the wire harness now, making sure everything is proper length. Anything that's not, we'll take it back out and adjust the lengths. Yeah, everything's getting close. Everything's getting really close. But still tons of work to do to get it where we want it to be.
All right. The right size. Oh, yeah. It's just kind of loose already. So the guy who built the roll cage for this car, he built us this, I guess you can call it a splitter. It's not really a splitter because it doesn't really cut the wind, but it's like a bottom brace for the bumper. It's really nice, keeps the wind from getting up under the car. But he put all the screws facing down. I really don't like it like that, so I just got a pack of stainless screws, just flipping them around, facing them up inside. And I got them a little bit shorter as well, so that when it comes up, it doesn't stick too far out, so you never really scratch your hand on it or nothing like that. Just gotta look at some washers.
Was this an OEM bumper?
This is an aftermarket bumper. So when we got the ILX, it had like it was an auction car, and it had like an A-spec kit on it or something like that in the pictures in the auction. But when the car showed up, it was missing the bumper. So somebody in the auction yard or somewhere
pulled it off for their own.
Yeah, somebody stole it between when I bid on the car and when I got it here. And that's kind of the only thing that's kind of weird when you're buying cars in the auction, you know? You look at a picture and it looks one way, but when it gets here, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, then you've already paid for it, so it's not like you can just...
Yeah, oh no, especially when, like this car, I don't remember what state I bought it out of, but I know, like when I bought the TL, that came out of Texas, and that was right after they had a hurricane. That's how, that car was a flood damaged car, but the body was immaculate. This one, the body's great too. Just a few little knickknacks that we're gonna have to clean up at the body shop. Once all the fabrication work here is done, you know, because we built all the, like we did box tube in here. We made it where the bumper can actually just jump, or you can slide the bumper in place really easily, which is really nice because I can remove the whole front end. We even did a bolt-in radiator support, which literally when we're working on the car, we can take out the front bumper, just slide it out. We got 2 slide pins that go in here on the box tubing. And then we just connect this one joint and take it off. Bumper comes off. Radiator support's bolted in. You can remove that. You can literally walk right into the engine bay, which is really nice. It's gonna be really easy to work on the car when we need to. So, just I got fender washers. They're a little wider than a standard washer. And that allows us, because the holes, he drilled them pretty good, but the bumper holes are kind of big. So when I put a fender washer like this over it, it allows it to really clamp down good. Actually, this car is going to be on slick, so there's going to be a lot of
Bumping the ground.
yeah. So we want to make sure it's all tight. So I mean, he put a good amount. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts holding that in place. And then this tube here, we got this up tube that goes in here, and that connects to the radiator support up top. So that's really nice. Move this bumper, hang it off the edge a little bit so I can reach that one. Get this Phillips. Ooh. Next one's gonna be a little tough to get to. This is just kind of some cheesy hardware, so replacing it with stainless is definitely gonna look a lot nicer. So I just got off the phone with Mark Roger. He's the guy with the J-Swap Honda Insight. He's putting a roll cage in his car right now, and he just called me and asked if I wanted to go next week with him to get his cage certified, and we'll take the ILX one time to get the roll cage certified. Get a better deal if we can just get both cars certified at the same time. Yeah, so.
Well, does that be running for that?
No, no, car doesn't have to be running. All he's checking is the actual roll cage itself. He doesn't check fuel system mounting, any of that stuff. It's just a SFI sticker for the roll cage that lets the track know that the cage was certified. The tracks themselves do their own individual inspections for making sure your car is able to pass tech. They check like your window nets or your fuel system, you know, anything you run, if you have nitrous, your blowdown tube, or any of that sort of stuff. Roll cage certification, the guy just checks the cage and puts the SFI sticker on the cage. Get this to my finger. So technically the car is already ready to, our car at least is already ready to go to get certified. But if I'm gonna put it in the trailer, I definitely have to button some of this stuff up so nothing can get damaged in transport. So bumper needs to be solid. Actually, I can keep the bumper off, but I want to keep making progress on the car, so I'm going to get it on. Just get it as close to ready as possible. We're going to take that from here. Once I get them all in place, I'll get the wrench and tighten them all up good. I just want to make sure I get them all on first.
All right, so I got a small issue here. Notice the bumper doesn't want to go back in place. Apparently, flipping those screws around is making it hit the actual cage that we built for the fuel tank. So I have to actually just get in there, notch part of the bottom of the tank cage. I still like to keep the screws facing upwards, to be honest. But it's also possible that after we welded the cage in final that it might have flexed a little bit. So I gotta take this all back apart,
Mark it, see exactly where it's touching, and try to get that fixed. And we'll come back out with another video when we're doing some more exciting parts or some more exciting work on this car. I'll see you guys again soon.